to click on it. I guess I'll get out.
Okay, this thing is like...
Okay.
That's weird. Like right here, it like picks up something on every channel it lands on. Wait a minute.
I think it's the post. I think it's the walkthrough post.
Oh, I see.
See? I think it's the post. And she's... Oh. A lot of it is just...
Yeah.
A lot of it's, I think, trees, honestly.
Wait a minute. It looked like there was a...
Where? Oh, yeah, just like a 6-foot person standing on the roof. Yeah, totally.
It's the power from the power.
Oh. You want to walk around?
That's actually really weird.
You asked any
right
questions?
there, it gets something on.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, I mean...
Or I could just fall. That works too.
What?
I said, or I could just fall, because I tripped. Let's get the life out of me. Look at the way it looks at this corner.
It's like disco on a corner.
It's like, draw me like one of you.
What's it doing? What you
Shut up.
doing?
Shut up, bro.
Did it like Irish jig.
I know, man. What is this?
This?
Yeah.
No closing costs.
What?
No closing costs.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah. What was really funny was when he said, two signers of the Constitution, he clearly, I have a question. I love that. A player. Who's a player?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Hey.
I thought it was funny when
haven't
you
seen
started talking
anything,
about the Constitution. It said, I have a question.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Let me see your screen for just
Yeah,
a
plus-
sec. I just want to get this off of here. There we
Gotcha.
go. Because that'll go on your recording and you guys don't need that. It just says low volume warning, and it's only because we're outside. But you're doing the exact right thing. Most people say, do I hit the record when I see something? I'm like, no, because by the time you hit to the record button, it's already gone.
Yeah.
So nice slow movements. There'll be certain areas where, because you have the biggest real-time camera, I might say just hold it like a suitcase, but I do want it on record.
Yeah.
The next space we're going to is a very popular space. So again, other ghost tours will be passing by us, but I'm going to say go ahead and keep it very discreet and just keep it at your side. You can also help him out with what he's listening for, but it seems like he's already getting the gist of it. Have you heard anything else besides I have a question?
No closing costs.
So I want you to also keep in mind with your devices being slowed down the way they are, if we asked, hey, what color is a big red barn, and we heard Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I don't need Rudolph the Nosed Reindeer. I just need the red.
Yeah.
The message came across. So when you tell me things like no closing cost, I'm looking at the word closing. Like there's a keyword in there, if that makes sense. So you tell me you heard 15,000. I don't care about the 1,000. I care about the 15. If that makes sense.
You
So
heard
again,
player, didn't you?
Huh?
Did you hear player?
Oh, yeah. You a player?
Come on.
it's okay. He's going to get used to it. So far, nothing to me is going to be relevant. I'm not going to write anything down at this point just because,
Other
again,
than the fact it hits something on every frequency standing right in the middle on the
and that's
rock.
funny because it's exactly where he got a triple-digit EMF reading.
Well,
So he
yeah, it hits something on every frequency.
Wow, that's pretty.
But
nuts.
it's unintelligible. It's just, yeah.
For you, do you have the recordable one? No, you do not. So, you guys have colored like laners on there, so I know which one's recording and which one's not, so that way I can see in the dark. Tammy, what do we got going on with yours? Any colors?
I've only gotten up to about 2.5.
Okay, so just a little green light.
Oh, that was funny. It was Biden. I don't know whether or not it clicked.
But it's all static, yeah, I can barely hear it.
That one lyric that said you
Said, I don't know, or I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
What's your name? No, that's what it is.
I heard both.
Again, that doesn't matter.
Okay. I but now it was all of my
Well played. Well played. Yeah.
I'm like, no, I really don't know anything. This is not.
I just heard in a relationship.
You're just not here as much as she is. So, oh, I'm sorry. My baby
It really likes that. What do we want to remember? We'll do it for you.
What do we need to remember?
I think I'm just sweating up my packages.
Oh, yeah, too, but nobody can see anything.
What? It's my mom, honestly.
That was funny. Two men.
Dave, question mark?
It's so weird. You don't
Dave?
get anything, and
Sorry. That's.
All right, let's bring everybody in back to the hall here.
That's funny. I just heard moment of silence.
When we were like all the way back as we just started walking here, like right through chapter 2. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So that was way back still by the mansion? Okay. You had moment of silence here?
Yeah, we just stopped.
Wow. Anybody else hear anything?
I heard
That was
it's
weird.
dark 2 times
Okay.
at 2 different spots.
That's weird. Okay. What are our last 3 words that we got out of it?
Sharply growing, and I don't want to say it wrong.
Thinking. Sorry, I was trying to which word am I looking at here? So just so you know, we normally go a little bit deeper in here. So once that tour exits, we will split the seas and let them pass through, but then we're going to move in a little bit further. It's just because, again, this is a very popular ghost tour area, and crowded groups of 20 will come in. But every ghost tour tells the same story down here. We're going to be doing the same thing, but I'm going to give you a little bit more detail simply because we're not doing the campfire marshmallow ghost tours like what they're doing down there. We're actually ghost hunting. So with that said, this is Philadelphia Alley. Oh yeah, let's definitely get you guys' video cameras up and running. Just again, just be discreet with those cameras. So Jennifer, you got yours going too? Perfect. So these groups will come by and they'll be staring at you just so you know you're all the weirdos. That's kind of how this works. Yeah, I know, right? So this is where the duels used to occur for at least some of them for the city of Charleston. So just let me know when this group starts to come up behind me. So we all tell that same story at the same duel, so let's kind of get into it. So there's a doctor that moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you at Spirit Box is still listening and not listening to me, if you hear the song lyrics of Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name, and we get it here all the time, just so you guys have that idea. By the way, so Lola, you're going to be looking for the initials RI because of Rhode Island, and it's going to make more sense once I get a little bit further.
Should I turn it up or
Yes, you want to crank it up. Crank it up in here. Pass through. There you go, bud.
Good. Jesus.
Oh, you're good, you're good. Excuse us. That's why I don't like staying up here. Just pop in because we're going to get interrupted in house sometimes. But at any rate, so, are they leaving? Alright, we're going to move down. That way we're not on the edge. Back to my normal spot. I like to stop at the gate because I know what the gate is and not everybody does. So I also don't like to be on the end. So yeah, we're gonna let these folks pass through and then we'll circle around me. How you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Nice and cool tonight, right?
Some ghosts down there.
All right, guys, let's circle up. Get back to our doctor. All right, so by the way, I'm not going to be able to take you all the way through this alley. I have been kicked out of here. We're going to talk about that because it's actually the funny part of our entire, adventure down here. But back to our doctor friend. He comes down here from Rhode Island because he's supposed to get married to. Just not the one on the left. He had the second one. Yeah, but the one in the middle was also on. We don't want that one because it's temperature gauge, so any kind of breeze goes by, it makes it go on.
Okay.
All right, so he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash that she just got, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. What did you say? 73. No, but remind me to write down 73. I don't know what it means, but I'll find out. It's a very specific number.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not just after Amanda's money. He's going to start his practice down here and make his own. So as he's coming into town, a coachman brought him in and set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to the stay in Charleston. Somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen. His name was Ralph Isaacs. I'm going to stop there because of Lola's device. It's exactly why we have it. Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from, Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. So again, the letters RI were showing up on regular spirit boxes all the time. I bought the Ouija board device to see if we were going to actually get those specific letters, and we have. So in the past 6 months, I can count on one hand how many times this actually occurred when I'm giving Ralph's part of the history. So, is everything okay over there, Tammy? I know you kind of jumped on the phone real quick. Is everything all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone lost a wallet earlier. It has been found.
Okay. Good. So just wanted to make sure everything was okay and it wasn't
Yep.
a person you guys needed to rush out for.
Nope.
So back to Dr. Ladd. Him and Ralph. Well, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from those friends of mine and you'll be safe and good to go. The doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. His medical practice is taking off. He's proving his point that he's not just after a man with money. So Dr. Ladd becomes known as the whistling doctor because Amanda's moving down and they're going to get married. So she got wind that he's making more money. So she's good to go. I will tell you that every haunted city you're ever going to visit in the future has a cliched whistling ghost, as do we. We actually, ours just happens to be a doctor. I'm just going to point that out. But at any rate, back to Ralph and the Dr. Ladd. They go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats than Ralph. So they talk about these plays on the way home. And one night they go see Richard III from Shakespeare, and they're arguing over the new actress that actually was in town. The doctor thought she was great, Ralph did not. So they start arguing, but then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It's very ugly, they go their separate ways. Ralph has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper and tells them to put an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society, slap, slap with a glove, right? So the doctor saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's just go to Dueler's Alley. Let's settle this once and for all. So they came down, they took their 10 paces, they turned. The doctor pointed his gun in the air and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight, which is often what happens at a duel for those of you that have seen Hamilton. But at any rate, Ralph has his one bullet. He actually puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor doesn't die, but he falls to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment on November 2nd of 1786. So when you said 73, I'm like, hang on a minute, let me do the quick math. So yeah, 1786 was the year that he passed away. He refused medical treatment because you have to remember that this guy's a doctor, and gunshot wounds in 1786 are a lot different than what we know now. So he probably just tried to bleed out the blood wound himself from the lead poisoning. So every ghost tour, including the two that we've already seen down here, will tell their guests to stop and listen for the whistles. Why I told the video cameras to go ahead and get those things up and running is I also have a voice recorder on it. Their cameras are also recording audio. If the whistle will be there, it's going to be on there. You don't have to listen intently for it. If you're going to try to do this on your own and go through to the end of the alley, turn on your voice recorders from your phones and listen to it later. See if you have it in the background. What I will tell you is I can't take you all the way through here. And by the way, if you're listening to it, I want you to keep in mind that every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every single night when I'm done with your guys' data. So anyway, we're going to let these folks pass through and then I'll tell you how I got booted out of here because that's the fun part. Tammy can't wait for it. She's over there giggling
I
already.
got another eye. I got R.I. And
Do you
then
have,
I got 3 eyes through.
is it
Two
R,
R's.
I next to each other? Love it. So, do you have any words that showed up at the same time? No? Alright, so here's how I got booted out. And I usually wait for the people to pass through just in case they're the neighbors. Because they're the ones that booted me out of here. Alright. Alright, so this alley didn't always go all the way through this way. So, right about where Jay was taking his phone call, there used to be a wall right there. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock in the city of Charleston. They had to block them in. This used to be called Cow Alley. You get the word cow down here a lot, believe it or not, on your spirit boxes. But anyway, that means the bricks on the other side of the alley, all the way down by Queen Street, are older than the bricks we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there, along with fingerprint swipes on the other side. What I will tell you is I used to take my groups all the way through here, and I would show it off simply because we all need to see how far we've come away from slavery here in the South. This is what we do. So, one night, November 26th of 2020, I took my group all the way to the end. They're all huddled around that brick, waiting for something to happen. I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there. That's the last place you're going to find him. However, I'm trying to shoot him along because it's also outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was just trying to be respectful to the house there, but I didn't know I was out of bounds. The new neighbor came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at on the tour at work, and we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't work on Thanksgiving simply because I worked in retail management, upper management for Walmart for a good part of 20 years. You can all see why I'll never work another Thanksgiving in my entire life. So the next day was Black Friday. So called my partner up that I had at the time. I told him what happened the day before Thanksgiving, and he says you can't go down that far. We're gonna let that pass. Again. Hi, folks. Again. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. So He says, you can't go down that far, dude. You can only go down halfway, or you got to reroute your group. So I was like, all right. So I decided my team that night, we were going to reroute. What I did tell them is I did not believe in the next story because I've never had anything occur there with any of my devices in the past. I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. If you haven't picked up on we're going to be discussing pirates next, now you know. So before we left, somebody with a spirit box, here's the name Anne on a spirit box. I didn't tell them who we were going to be investigating. The famous female pirate Anne Bonny.
They started pirate jig before.
Pirate jig, a little sea shanty.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we get up there. I told them a little bit I did know about piracy at the time, because again, I only had one day to do some quick research, and tickets were much cheaper back then when I can actually wing it. And somebody else heard the number 300 on a spirit box. I didn't know what it meant. I wrote it down. I do the research the next morning. It turns out we are there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We are there on the exact 300-year anniversary of her pirate trial. Some of you are standing there with the wows and the jaw drops. I was actually pissed off. Here's why. I have a master's degree in creative writing. I need things to actually make sense. Pirate stories are based from pirate lore. That's a big problem for me because that's stacks and stacks of books that I have to read to be able to validate everything we're about to discuss at the next location. Again, it's been almost 4 years since that actually occurred, so we are obviously have a lot of knowledge behind this, but everything we're going to discuss came from a minimum of 2 resources, just so you guys know. Also, remember, we're going to get bleed over from this Philadelphia alley story that I just told you. The gate behind me before we leave, because you guys really turned into a super quiet group once I started talking history, by the way. The gate behind me is when there was a loser to the duel. I want you to remember that the alley didn't go all the way through this way to get over to the cemetery. They created this gateway to get to the cemetery just on the other side of the wall. Otherwise, they'd have to go all the way down to the end to Queen Street and double back to go drop the dead body off. So again, I call this the death gate. The wrought iron was probably put there in the early 1900s based on the ironwork of it, but the archway you can see is definitely part of the original wall. So, the next place is obviously going to be about rated R pirates, and if nobody got that crazy pun, wow, you guys were like, nobody got that joke. Like, all blank faces from you guys. Olivia got it. Thank you. So,
Okay, wait a minute. I dropped something here. So by the stone, they had a brick that had a pond, and somebody came out and yelled at you. Why did they yell at you? And
because I was out of bounds. We were not allowed over there.
Oh,
So, in essence, so Jennifer, to clarify, there's only certain places I'm allowed to take you because there's a lot of residents in the area. They don't want large groups outside their homes. So, you up? All right, we ready to learn about these crazy rated R pirates? Do we have something else going on? Are we switching devices up? Are we switching things up? Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were switching things up. All right, definitely get you unmuted along the way. Video cameras, if you want to continue recording until we get to the next space, by all means do so. Completely up to you, but we're going to stay out of the other tour's way when we get up and around the corner. Have you heard anything since we've been here?
Earlier, I heard doctor, work, and friends when you're talking about.
Doctor, work, and friends. I like it. Anybody else hear anything? Okay. See, you're the star of the show right now. Check you out. All right. I know, right? So definitely get yours unmuted. Let's go talk about some rated R pirates. Let's do this. You getting us lost in the pictures, by the way?
Yep.
How about this?
Oh, I'm good. Unless you want to.
Huh?
Except unless you want to.
Nah, it's just kind of funny, the random stuff
Yeah.
that it lands on.
Do you want to take the tablet and all of it? Like when we get to the next area, you want to switch? Is that okay? I'm getting mad at you, bro.
Know if you were bored of it. Oh, did you get eaten?
I don't know.
It's red, but you've been scratching on it.
this one's not that one. I would say this one's like
Oh, there's 4 islands, but 9.
You're back there.
Anybody else got anything?
I'm getting the chatter, but it's nothing that I can make out.
Okay. Jeremy? Anything?
Careful what you wish for.
Okay.
And it's
That's
men
a
and
little
women.
ominous.
I know it doesn't matter, but it's men and women.
Okay. Anybody else hear anything?
This isn't recording anymore. Too late.
Wait.
Do you want it?
It doesn't matter. Do you just want to swap?
It's okay.
Yeah. Just to clean your bud.
Oh, appreciate that.
Anybody else? How's it
Yeah, let's turn it off.
I will tell you we have caught some anomalies on the garbage can, but I've also debunked a lot of the anomalies on the garbage can, but we have had 2 where I was not able to. So when I say not able to, somebody walked behind it to make sure like it was a legitimate thing and it wasn't just picking up what was behind the garbage can and so forth and so on.
Keeps getting something on top of the wall.
So on top of the wall, you see all the different angles of the powder magazine?
Yeah.
So it's picking a lot of that up.
Okay.
Because again, something is always in front of another. So that's it's depth perception.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to see with the IR camera that Jennifer's using, you're going to see the spray of lights that comes out of this guy because that camera can see it. So try not to point your camera directly at her. So yeah, again, when you guys get your video back, you'll see all of the spray of light. Like it looks like a giant square full of dots moving around. And what it's doing is it's looking for all the depth that's going in between. So, but yeah. Again, with this particular camera, it's the only real-time one that I have because it's so large. We're getting ready to move the thermal imaging camera to an iPad as well, just because.
I want one of those for my phone.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like that's my, I don't know, probably my 6th one. Different 3 upgrades, but I use these every night, so they do break. I try to renew everything every 6 months, just to kind of keep everything nice and fresh. But that one's getting ready to be upgraded to that. Once I've seen how quickly an iPad will actually upload to YouTube, it works very, very fast. So I was pretty pleased with it. So I was like, I need to do that to thermal. All right, let me start following up with everybody else and see what else we got.
I was gonna say, when you're talking about them dressing up as like men to on the ship, I got low life.
Okay.
So.
What did you get? Anything?
Don't worry, I got CVS.
CVS.
I keep reading the song. I'm gonna sound really dumb because I don't know if this is the name of the song or not, but you know the one from Pitch Perfect where they're like on the boat, they're going, "We belong together." I don't know if that's like the actual name of the song, but we belong to that song.
Oh,
It kept,
that's
like-
Pat Benatar.
It came like it was popping up, but you know, just don't follow that.
Oh, I'm not.
Thank the Lord.
Really?
Yeah. Labor.
There's someone in the trees. I'm just messing.
Oh, I just got some metal music for a second.
It knows.
I got some like good guitar shredding.
Isn't it kind of weird how it does land and stop on certain things?
A million fish in the sea.
Blood. I'm finished. I'm gonna have to sit.
So the word list is going to go to somebody extra. So Lola, you're going to have both. Yeah, you're in charge.
This is heavier.
Claire, come on down. Have a seat. Come back, and I'll show you how to put all the stuff on and tell you what to expect. Is that fair?
You're gonna take away all of my senses.
Yep, you got it. And then, Claire, you're not getting. No, not Claire. Okay, you're not getting my phone until we come back.
Okay.
So that way you don't see all the dirty messages my wife sends me. You guys ready to learn some history? Let's go. You blindfold first, then the earbuds, and you're not going to touch your spirit box once you get it to a comfortable volume. I want to make sure you're not cheating and hearing my questions, if that makes sense. So go ahead and put your blindfold on, then earbuds. She's already broken the rules already. Put the earbuds on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to take them out.
You're okay. Whatever you're comfortable with. I just try to make it comfortable for you. Once this gets set up, I'll slide it into the headset, and then you'll put that over the top of your head.
Can we put these on?
If you can.
Okay. I don't know if I can or not. We'll see.
Yeah, you might actually have to help out with that.
Possibly. I don't know.
Your adjustments, if you need to make any adjustments, there's a little dial right here on this way, and then underneath there's two little thumb pieces to move it forward and backward underneath. All right, so I will also not be like handwriting anything down, so that way I can stay focused on their breathing and making sure everybody's okay and safe. So
This stays on.
yes, please. The
Different
other two
way.
pieces, Lola, you're going to be keeping an eye on both of yours because a lot of times if they're not saying the answers, it's going to show up on another spirit box and or the word list. Okay, Henry Timrod, I'm going to need you to push through, and these two young ladies can see what you want us to see and hear what you want us to hear. I'm going to ask you what your occupation is. If you want to tell us your occupation, please.
Raven?
Henry Timrod, tell us what your occupation is. Okay, start the time. 10:42.
Rhode Island?
Do I have somebody else here besides Henry Timrod?
Wake up.
I need to know if somebody else is here besides Henry Timrod. That's a yes/no answer.
Become effective.
Olivia, whenever you start seeing something, just describe it to us.
It's just like fog.
Yeah, you're gonna see all that like smokiness. I did that so you guys don't fall asleep.
America.
America. Henry Timrod, I need you to push through and tell us maybe something about where we are. Maybe who it's named after, the type of landmark that we're in.
Vineyard.
It's not a vineyard. Can you tell us what sound we're hearing right now from the church? That'll prove to us that
243.
that'll prove to us that you're actually here with us. Can you tell us what sound we're hearing? We've had the word bells show up on both of your devices. but
Appetite.
particularly the
Hardworking.
Ouija board device has spelled out the word bells when those have gone off, just so everybody knows. Henry, I need you to push through and tell me if somebody else is here with you. Jeremy, just be mindful of all the other people around us. They might be weirded out by you facing it that way. Henry Timrod, we can see what you want us to see. Okay, who is here? Give us your name.
United Faith.
I need to know who is here, so I know which type of questions to ask. We're not looking for parlor tricks. We're being respectful.
Nice guy.
Who's the nice guy?
Falling.
Who's the nice guy? Am I the nice guy? Henry, I'll need you to push through. Do you want to talk about one of your family members? Perhaps your son or your wife?
If I told you.
What do you want to tell me? We talked about your wife before. We had a nice long conversation.
You're
Right?
better.
Lady in a window. So we want to talk. Can you tell me your wife's name? Who's in the picture? Tell me who's in the picture, Henry.
Karma.
interesting how that comes up, is it not, Olivia?
Decision.
Henry, can you tell me who's in the picture? Who's in the window?
Gave them.
Henry Timrod, push through and
Agents.
tell me who's in the window. What's in the picture we just saw?
Grass.
It's all pretty vague stuff, huh? Do I have somebody else here besides Henry Timrod? Olivia is focused. You'll see she's got the hand grip.
Light.
Henry, is somebody else here with you? Can you tell me how many people are here with you?
I've told you.
It's usually the number 5, just so you know. We get that quite often. You're getting the trees over there, just so you know. All those leaves are trying to turn into a person.
Offering.
Henry, how many people are here? Tell us again. Henry,
Road.
we're in road again. Henry, how many people are here with you?
They know.
Who knows?
Open till midnight.
We're not staying here till midnight. Whoever's here, give me something specific
Attack.
about you.
Summer. Reason we don't.
You need to give me something a little bit more specific. Show us an image. Give us the words that would be, a good description for you. Something you've gone through. Is the state of Rhode Island relevant to you? This young lady said that state earlier.
As again. All the time.
Are you from Rhode Island? That's a yes/no answer, please.
Be honest.
I need to be honest. I want to get answers from you. Can you tell us your first name? I'd like to verify who's here, please.
It's like field report.
Keep going, Olivia. What's it look like?
It's a bunch of grass.
Anything in that grass?
Either a tree or like a path. Grass.
Do we have Dr. Joseph Brown
Family.
Ladd here? Family. Which part of family are we supposed to be discussing?
July.
Those are words.
Trap.
Anything before that?
Prepper. Eyes.
I get a lot of these. She said eyes. And we get a lot of things about not
44.
seeing things. 44.
C. I just got C. So that's a stretch because
Yeah. She just said the exact
Open
she said
late.
eyes. You said C. And there's that open lake thing again. I know, right?
Cash.
Is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd here with us? I know your house is nearby. Do we have a doctor in the house?
Say.
Coming through pretty weak. We only got about a minute left. Whoever's here, last chance to give us a message.
Forever.
Last chance. Look at anything.
1.
Dr. Ladd or Henry Timrod, whoever's here, we're about to say goodnight. Can you say goodnight back to
Not
us?
pay.
Can you say goodnight back to us? We're going to end this. We're all going to go home.
Rain.
Okay, Olivia, still nothing? Lola, anything on your end?
I got the K, but that's it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to call it. Have a good night, Mr. Timrod. Go ahead and tap her on the leg for me. Olivia, go ahead and take off your headgear. All right.
Hey.
Yes, stop recording. So, let's kind of go over the
That was
pictures.
funky, wasn't it?
It was funky.
So first off, how do you two feel? You guys okay?